Welcome to the African Renaissance Time TV with Brother C.C.Blackman. I want to give my thoughts today on the Deion Sanders situation.
How can we have 60,000 people in the darn stadium? You talking about we sold out, and I checked the receipts, and we have sold 28,000 tickets. Now, y'all better find out who's stealing.
Deion Sanders left a historically black college or university, Jackson State. We all know that he was there for, I believe, 3 years, and he basically turned the football program around, and eventually they had an undefeated season, and now he's leaving for a major university, Colorado State University, and a lot of black people are mad. But, I just want to say that we need to start being honest about what it takes to be successful in the world. It's a wise saying, and it's a wise realization when you recognize that life moves with the strong. Again, life moves with the strong. Deion Sanders is not wrong, because black culture really doesn't support strength. I want to say that again. Black culture does not support strength. We do everything we can not to support the strong people in our community. We do everything we can not to support the strong people in our community. We have all kinds of ways of undermining them, destroying their energy, working against them, having counter-intentionality to the good that they're trying to bring. And so we force them out of our community into places where there's a great appreciation for their strengths. Nobody's going to get on the cross for black people anymore. We need our people who are strong to come and do things in the community to try to help us, but we have to show our love and support for them. When other people outside of our race show them more support, will pay them right, treat them right, and treat them with the respect that they deserve as human beings, you can't fault them for abandoning the black community. The black community was not always like that. We used to love strength. Strength is what it takes to make things better. Strength is what it makes to bring about change. But our whole culture now has become about supporting weakness. So we always support those who make excuses. The fathers who take care of their children, who do an outstanding job, they get no love in the black community. Only those people that abandon their children and on the claim of white supremacy or they can't get. Let me tell you something. Strength finds a way. And love is a form of strength. When you love people, you find a way to do what needs to be done. We have a blame culture. We have a defeated culture. We have a demoralized culture. We have a culture where we're competitive with nobody but ourselves. We hate and are jealous of black people who are successful. So who can blame Deion Sanders or any successful black person who wants to bring their strength to the black community for leaving? There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can endure. This man has been a winner his entire life. And people have shown this man appreciation by paying him correctly. I'm sure he would be there. I'm sure he would have stayed if there was the real kind of support coming from those people. I'm sure the kids supported him, and I'm sure the community supported him in many ways. But I think that a lot of the black elites were totally unaware of the sacrifice that this man is being asked to make when the people at the college don't seem to have the right level of concern for supporting this champion. Deion Sanders is a champion. He's a great man. Strength is what made his life. So it's counterintuitive, or it goes against his nature to be in a situation where his strength is not being recognized or appreciated as it should be. So let's stop asking our people to do the impossible. Let's stop asking our people to disrespect themselves in order to help us. Let's put our arms around black people who come back to try to help. Let's embrace them. Let's support them and stop being jealous of them. Let's talk about the contribution we're making before we criticize why they're not giving more. The man gave what he could give, and what he gave was pretty good. You got an undefeated season at Jackson State. You got tremendous attention for HBCUs. He made some physical changes there. He made some psychological changes there. But he's still trying to change a culture that's all about failure. Black culture today, as it's currently constructed, is negative culture. And it's all about failure. So I wish Coach Prime the best. I hope he's successful. He'll still be working with a lot of black men, and he will still be bringing other black coaches to a higher level in these at these better white schools. And I'm sure he hasn't totally abandoned Jackson State or the whole idea of HBCUs being better, but he set an example and he set a powerful message. You can't ask people to come back and be in the hood if you're not going to respect them. I'm old enough to remember when you could be educated and black and be respected as a leader and be respected in your community for the contribution and the excellence and the hope that you represent when people see you. But today, we force a lot of good people out of the community because we deal with jealousy. We deal with resentment because the political class and a lot of the educational class in the black community have created this grievance culture among black people where we feel that it's a class struggle. So even those who are so-called talented 10th people or people who are able to navigate and make great progress in society, they are not able to come back and help you because you won't treat them with the respect that they deserve. Yes, treat them with the respect that they deserve. They can't be treated better by people that are not black. And then you expect them to make the sacrifice of saying, hey, I'm fighting for my own people, but my people are not showing me the kind of love, the kind of respect, and the kind of, frankly, financial support that they should. Why should that man have to sacrifice his salary and donate his salary, bringing in revenue, yet being cheated? This is all ninja mess, and we have to stop this. We really have to stop this. And anybody who resents the man for moving on to better pastures after he made a sacrifice, what kind of sacrifices are you making for your community? And anybody who's tried to serve our people have gotten pretty much the same treatment. You look at some great leaders who gave everything for black people. Do we look after their children as a group of people in this country? Have we looked out for Malcolm's kids as a collective? Have we looked out for Dr. King's kids? Go read the stories. Look what happened to Dr. King's mother. Look what happened to Malcolm X's kids. You know, look at what happens. We don't necessarily look after people who make tremendous sacrifices for black people. We're very ungrateful. We're very ungrateful. So let's start supporting black leadership and let's support strength. Any culture that does not support strength is a culture that's asking for destruction. And this is why I advocate for an African Renaissance time where we have a rebirth in consciousness. And I said African. A lot of y'all don't like that, but that's at the root who we really are. Let's think about it. If you hate the root, you're definitely going to hate the fruit. So we have all this self-hatred in our culture because we are keep denying what we really are. We're African people. Like it or not, that's who we are. That's the root of most of us. You do these damn DNA tests and they tell you came out of Africa, but yet and still you hate everything about being an African. This is a black man who did a good thing, and he should be applauded for the good he can do. Some people give what they can give, and they can't give no more. So let's support whatever contribution he made. It was positive. He was there in that time and space and gave invaluable instruction. This man has been exposed to some of the best football instruction, best football experience, some of the finest coaching in existence. So when he comes and he gives that to a university, he has left an important legacy if they were listening. So let's be thankful for the sacrifices that he made at Jackson State, and let's wish him well as he goes on to Colorado, and let's treat him as our brother and say good things about him for what he has done. And let's remember, we got to stop being critical of people, especially when we sit around and don't make no contribution ourselves. So I'm going to leave it right there, but I support Coach Prime's moving on, and I condemn anybody who hasn't done their investigation as to why he really, really left. I don't think he intended to use the school or any of that. I believe that he was mistreated to some extent, and he gave all he could, but he couldn't continue to betray his own natural instinct to respect himself. Remember, life moves with the strong, the weak fall by the wayside. We better wake up, black people, and stop aligning ourselves with weak thinking, with weak behavior, with weak support, with jealousy, betrayal, backbiting, and double-crossing and betraying each other. We have to stop that. This is C.C.Blackman. Please like and subscribe. This is the African Renaissance Time channel where we have real conversation, the tough conversations about really building the black nation. Thank you.
Free your mind.